Hello, I'm Abigail of Ground and Grow Yoga, and today I have a yoga for your feet. Our feet spend a lot of time shoved into shoes, or we spend a lot of time walking around or standing on our feet all day, and this puts a lot of wear and tear on our feet. Our feet are either being overworked or underworked depending on the support they're getting in the shoes, and this is something that we need to counteract through yoga. Today's practice is nice and slow. I do suggest that if you can get a couple of props that you do. So I would suggest getting a washcloth, a strap, and a resistance band. All of the exercises can be done without those objects, but if you have them, that would be helpful. Hop on your mat and let's get started. Today we're going to start in easy seat, so sitting up nice and tall. I want you to grab your left foot and I want you to take your thumbs and press them into the soles of your feet. So apply a medium amount of pressure. We're trying to get the tension out of these muscles. And so really pushing in to those arches. So you go up one arch and then the other arch. And then you can take your thumbs and move in a circular motion through the ball of your foot. This is really stimulating the blood flow in our feet. Then take and do the same thing to your heel, moving in a circular motion. And then take your toes and point them towards each other. Push them back away from you. And then in a circular motion, rub each individual toe as well. So a little bit of a foot massage can go a long way when it comes to chronic pain in your feet. Also, if our feet are not happy, usually our knees are not happy, our back is not happy. Everything is really connected, and that makes it even more important to take care of your feet. So you feel like you've gotten that foot all set, lift it up, and we're going to circle the ankle one direction. It's okay if it pops. And then the other direction. Just working out any kinks here. Good. And let's switch. So, again, pressing into the soles of your feet with medium pressure. Really digging those thumbs into each of the arches. And then moving in a circular motion through the ball of your foot. Waking it up, stimulating blood flow. And then through your heel in a circular motion. Pulling your toes towards you and pushing them away from you. And then circular movements on each individual toe. When you feel like this one's all set, you can do circles. Again, it's okay if it pops. And then the other direction. That popping is that you have a lot of gas in your joints. It's not a problem. It's just something that some people have more of than others. Good. From here, we're going to come to sit nice and tall with our feet out in front of us. You want to sit up as tall as possible. And then if you have a strap, we're going to put it over our feet so that it's going right across in the arches. If you don't have a strap, that's okay. You can still do this exercise. It's just not going to have as much resistance. And we're going to point and flex. So pulling back to create that resistance, point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Make sure, as always, that you're breathing. Couple more times. And release. Now, if you have a resistance band, you're going to put it on your two big toes. I'm gonna fold mine. If you don't have a resistance band, that is okay. Again, you can do this exercise. It's just not going to have as much resistance. We're going to turn our feet out and in. Out and in. So moving from the ankles, out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Good. Couple more. Your feet might already be getting tired, and that's because they need this work. Good. Now take it and put it over your whole foot. So working on our ankles, out and in, out and in. Of course, you're going to be feeling this through your legs as well. This is great for our feet. Couple more times. One more. And good. So now if you have your washcloth, you're just going to put your washcloth out in front of you and your feet on the washcloth. And then you're going to scrunch your toes like you're trying to scrunch up the washcloth. And you might be able to scrunch it up. You might not be able to scrunch it up. It depends how much you do these types of exercises. But I want you to try to scrunch up the washcloth. If you don't have a washcloth, then we're just scrunching our toes up. The washcloth just gives us something to try to focus on. Good. Now we're going to swing our feet through. And we're going to curl our toes under. Try to make sure they're all curled under, including the pinky toe. And then we're going to just sway back and forth. So you're sitting up nice and tall so you don't have a lot of weight on your toes. This is going to feel intense regardless. If it is too intense, bring your hands out in front of you to take some of that weight off your toes. But we really want to have all of our toes curled under, and we want to be working through each one of them. So again, this is very intense, and we can lessen the intensity by moving forward or coming up more so you're not dumping as much weight onto your toes. So a few more breaths here. Good. Putting your hands in front of you, we're going to press up so that you are on your toes. You're going to walk your toes together. Try to come up nice and straight, and we're in toe stand. So you can bring your hands to heart center. If you can balance there, it's okay to still have your hands down on the ground. If you can balance, try to pull up, bringing your thighs closer together so that you're coming up out of your toes. Good. Nice. And then bring your hands back down. We're going to bring our feet out, pointing our toes off the mat, and coming in to our squat pose. So we're going to move from side to side, lifting our toes. And then we're going to come to a place of stillness. If squat pose is not accessible to you, it's okay if your heels are off the ground. It's also okay if you're up here. Or you can take a block and sit on it. But really sitting nice and tall in our squat. Bringing the hands to the ground, we're going to walk our feet in so they're hip width apart. Slowly roll up. And from here, we're going to pick up our toes and we're going to try to put them down one at a time. So this is really hard and I can't get each of my toes to articulate by itself, but try the best you can. So big toes, next toe, next toe, next toe, pinky toe. And try to pick them up. Pinky toe, individual toe, then to our big toe. So again, big toe, next toe, next toe, next toe, pinky toe. Do this a couple of times. Again, this is very hard to do, but it's something that's good to do. I find it much harder to try to pick them up individually than to put them down individually. Good. Now I want you to try to spread your toes as wide as possible. Press them down into the mat. And then stand up nice and tall. Try to press evenly into your toes, into your heel, into all four corners of the foot. So our arches, our toes, and our heels. Good. From here, I want you to come up on your toes and down. You can bend the knees to help you with the balance, but up and down, 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 up and down. Then ankle circles, moving one direction, keeping the toes on the ground, and then the other direction. Other foot,
Again, keeping the toes on the ground. Try not to sink into your legs. Standing up nice and tall. And the other direction. Good. Reach up. Slowly fold forward, bringing your hands to the mat. Come down into our tabletop position. And then I want you to really press down through the top of your foot. And we're going to rock. So we're rocking up onto the tops of your feet. So again, just like when we were sitting with our toes tucked under, this is going to feel intense. But it's a nice stretch for your feet. Good. One more time. Nice. Bringing the hands back down to the mat. We're going to slide the right leg forward with our toes still curled under. Hold. Slide back. Left. Hold. Really getting a stretch through the front of your foot. And back. One more time to each side. Stretch. And back. Stretch. And back. Coming to sit with our soles of our feet together. I want you to take your hands and open your feet like a book. Just holding them apart. And then I want you to put your fingers between your toes. And the last thing we're going to do is just move them away from each other and towards each other. Away from each other and towards each other. Around in circles. Bring your hands up, heart center. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, as well as subscribe. Subscribers help me to be able to continue to make free content for you. And leave a comment letting me know what types of things you'd like to see in the future. Always remember to be grounding down into your strengths and growing as an individual. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.